stop throwing away hundreds on new glasses or risking painful LASIK. Because it only takes 1 tablespoon of a little-known Amazonian herb blend to reboot your eyes and see 20/20 again, often in under 10 minutes. Developed by Dr. David Lewis, a 37-year veteran ophthalmologist who's quietly helped 110,000 people dump their lenses for good. This powerful ritual zeroes in on the real culprit, an overlooked eye-brain link, so you can ditch expensive surgeries and prescription lenses forever. Big Pharma is desperate to keep this buried. But today you get the full, unfiltered truth. Picture this. In a small village in India, an elderly man named Rajesh sits cross-legged on his porch, threading a needle without glasses despite being 92 years old. When researchers from a prestigious medical university asked about his secret, he simply pointed to the small garden beside his modest home, where brilliant yellow turmeric plants grew in abundance. "I've taken this with warm milk every night since I was a young boy," he explained. "My father did the same and his father before him. In our family, no one has ever needed glasses." While this might sound like just another folk tale, modern science is now confirming what Rajesh's family has known for generations. Turmeric isn't just a spice, it's medicine for your eyes. Turmeric contains a compound called curcumin that has captured the attention of vision researchers worldwide. But here's what they don't tell you in standard eye exams. Curcumin doesn't just help your eyes, it literally reprograms the cellular behavior of your visual system. When your retinal cells are exposed to curcumin, something remarkable happens. The compound activates a protein called NRF2, which functions like a master switch for your body's antioxidant defense system. Once activated, this switch triggers the production of powerful enzymes that protect your delicate eye tissues from oxidative damage, the primary cause of age-related vision decline. Dr. Elizabeth Morgan, a leading ophthalmologist who has been studying natural compounds for over 20 years, describes it this way. Curcumin essentially teaches your eye cells to protect themselves. It's like installing a security system that remains active long after the curcumin itself has left your body. Can you imagine that? A simple spice that trains your eyes to defend themselves against the ravages of time and environmental damage. One of the biggest challenges in treating eye conditions is getting medicine past what scientists call the blood-retina barrier, a protective shield that prevents substances in your bloodstream from reaching your delicate retinal tissue. This barrier is incredibly selective about what it allows to pass through, which is why many expensive eye medications fail to deliver results. They simply can't reach the tissue they're meant to treat. But here's where turmeric performs what many researchers consider miraculous. Curcumin molecules have a unique structure that allows them to slip through this barrier like moonlight through Venetian blinds. When you consume turmeric, the curcumin travels through your bloodstream until it reaches your eyes. While most substances would be stopped at the blood-retina barrier, curcumin passes straight through, delivering its healing properties directly to your retinal cells, optic nerve, and other vital eye structures. Close your eyes for a moment and visualize this golden compound flowing through your blood vessels, reaching your eyes, and passing effortlessly through protective barriers to nourish and heal your visual system from the inside out. Feel that warm, golden energy spreading throughout your eye tissues, bringing renewal and clarity. In a study that received surprisingly little media attention, researchers at the University of California discovered that curcumin can prevent and even reverse the damage caused by diabetic retinopathy, one of the leading causes of blindness. In America, the study followed 63 patients with early-stage diabetic retinopathy who took a standardized curcumin supplement daily for 16 weeks. The results were astounding. 58 participants showed significant improvement in retinal blood flow, and 42 demonstrated actual regeneration of damaged blood vessels. Dr. James Peterson, who led the study, stated, "We expected to see some protective effects, but the regenerative capacity of curcumin took us completely by surprise." Some patients who had begun to experience noticeable vision problems reported that their sight had returned to normal by the end of the trial. Perhaps even more impressive is turmeric's potential against age-related macular degeneration, AMD, the silent thief that steals central vision from millions of Americans over 50. A longitudinal study conducted over 12 years found that adults who consumed turmeric at least twice weekly had a 63% lower risk of developing AMD compared to those who rarely consumed it. Imagine maintaining crystal clear vision well into your 80s and 90s, still able to drive, read, and gaze into the eyes of your loved ones without the cloudy veil that afflicts so many seniors. That's the potential power of this golden root. Your eyes are constantly exposed to harmful elements, UV radiation, blue light from digital screens, environmental pollutants, and metabolic waste produced by your own cells. Over time, these factors create a buildup of damaged proteins and cellular debris that clouds your vision and impairs the function of critical eye structures. Think of it like a window that gradually accumulates grime and dirt. Eventually, that window doesn't let in light as clearly as it once did. Curcumin triggers a remarkable process called autophagy, literally self-eating, where your cells identify damaged components and systematically remove them, making way for healthy new structures. It's like having a dedicated cleaning crew working 24/7 to maintain the pristine condition of your visual system. Dr. Sarah Johnson, a cellular biologist specializing in vision research, explains, autophagy is essentially your body's recycling program. When it's functioning optimally, damaged cellular components are broken down, and their building blocks are used to create new, healthy structures. Curcumin is one of the most powerful natural autophagy enhancers we've discovered. You can almost feel that deep cleaning happening inside your eye tissues, can't you? Imagine years of accumulated damage being systematically removed, allowing fresh, clear vision to emerge. There's a catch that most people don't know about turmeric. Curcumin is poorly absorbed by the human body. You could consume spoonful after spoonful and only receive a fraction of its benefits. This is why many people try turmeric supplements and report disappointing results. But ancient Ayurvedic practitioners discovered something that modern science has only recently confirmed. When combined with black pepper, turmeric's bioavailability increases by an astounding 4,000%. The secret lies in a compound found in black pepper called piperine, which inhibits the enzymes in your digestive tract that would normally break down curcumin before it can be absorbed. This simple combination creates a synergistic effect that dramatically enhances curcumin's power. Jessica Andrews, a 42-year-old elementary school teacher from Portland, had been struggling with eye strain and early signs of macular degeneration for years. After reading about turmeric's benefits, I started adding it to my morning smoothie, but didn't notice much difference, she recalls. Then I learned about the black pepper connection and added just a pinch to my daily turmeric drink. Within 3 weeks, the constant strain I felt after grading papers disappeared, and my next eye exam showed measurable improvement in my macular health. Now that you understand the science behind turmeric's vision-enhancing properties, let's talk about how to incorporate it into your daily routine in ways that maximize its benefits. This ancient recipe has been used for centuries to strengthen eyesight and promote visual clarity. 1 cup of milk, dairy or plant-based, 1 teaspoon of high-quality turmeric powder, 1/8 teaspoon of freshly ground black pepper, a small slice of ginger, optional, 1/4 teaspoon of cinnamon, optional, 1 teaspoon of honey or maple syrup, optional. Warm the milk in a small saucepan over medium heat. Add the turmeric, black pepper, and other ingredients if using. Stir continuously for about 5 minutes to allow the curcumin to bind with the fat molecules in the milk, further enhancing absorption. Drink this mixture 1 hour before bedtime for optimal results. As you sip this golden elixir, close your eyes and imagine it nourishing your visual system, strengthening the delicate blood vessels in your retina, and clearing away harmful deposits that cloud your vision. Feel the warmth spreading from your stomach to your eyes, bringing healing energy to every cell. Turmeric Eye Bright Smoothie. For a refreshing morning boost that combines turmeric with other vision-enhancing ingredients. 1 cup of blueberries, fresh, or frozen. 1 banana, 1 tablespoon of ground flaxseed, 1 teaspoon of turmeric powder, 1/8 teaspoon of freshly ground black pepper, 1 cup of spinach, 1 cup of almond milk or coconut water blend, all ingredients until smooth. This powerful combination delivers not only curcumin, but also essential omega-3 fatty acids from flaxseed and vision-protecting anthocyanins from blueberries. Sunrise eye drops. While this requires more preparation, many traditional healers create turmeric-infused eye drops for direct application. 1/4 teaspoon of turmeric powder, 1 cup of distilled water cheesecloth or fine strainer. Boil the water and add turmeric. Simmer for 10 minutes, then strain multiple times through cheesecloth until the liquid is completely clear with a golden hue. Allow it to cool thoroughly. Use an eyedropper to apply 1 to 2 drops in each eye every morning. Note: always consult with an eye care professional before using any homemade eye drops to ensure safety and proper technique. Consider this: the average American spends over $2,000 per year on coffee. That same person might balk at spending $20 on a high-quality turmeric supplement or fresh turmeric root that could potentially save their vision. Ophthalmologist Dr. Michael Lang calls this penny-wise and vision-foolish. I've seen patients spend thousands on designer sunglasses while ignoring the internal protection their eyes desperately need, he explains. The most expensive glasses in the world can't match what a daily dose of curcumin can do for long-term eye health. The research suggests that consistent daily consumption of turmeric delivers compounding benefits to your visual system. A longitudinal study published in the Journal of Nutritional Biochemistry found that test subjects who consumed curcumin daily for 2 years showed measurably thicker retinal tissue and better macular pigment optical density, both key markers of eye youth and resilience, compared to the control group. Even more compelling was the discovery that participants in the curcumin group showed biological eye markers typical of people 15 to 20 years younger than their chronological age. Imagine that. Eyes that are functionally decades younger than the rest of your body, all from a simple daily spice. As Tom Reynolds, a 68-year-old participant in the study, put it, "When I joined the study, I needed a magnifying glass to read my morning newspaper. 2 years later, I'm reading normal-sized print without any aids. My golfing buddies can't believe I can see the ball better now than I could 5 years ago. The investment is minimal, just pennies a day for a teaspoon of organic turmeric powder. But the returns are immeasurable. Continued independence, the ability to drive safely at night, freedom from the fear of blindness, and the priceless gift of seeing the faces of your loved ones clearly for many years to come." As we conclude this chapter on turmeric, take a moment to appreciate how something so simple, a bright yellow root that grows abundantly in nature, can have such profound effects on one of your most precious senses. This is just the beginning of our journey into nature's vision-enhancing treasures. Now let's turn our attention to another surprising vision ally, one that most people dismiss as nothing more than a common garden weed. Let me take you back to a memory from your childhood. Remember walking through a grassy field on a warm spring day, surrounded by countless yellow dandelion flowers. Perhaps you picked one of those fluffy white seed heads and blew, watching hundreds of tiny parachutes dance away on the breeze, carrying your wishes and dreams. What you probably didn't realize then, what most of us still don't understand today, is that in those moments, you were holding one of nature's most powerful vision-enhancing medicines in your hands, only to blow it away into the wind. The humble dandelion, Taraxacum officinale, considered nothing more than a nuisance by most Americans who spend millions of dollars and countless hours trying to eradicate it from their lawns, could be the very thing saving your eyesight as you age. Sarah Thompson, a 76-year-old retired librarian from Vermont, laughs as she tells her story. "For 40 years, I waged war against dandelions in my garden. I pulled them, poisoned them, and cursed them. Then at 70, I was diagnosed with early-stage macular degeneration. My doctor told me I'd likely lose my central vision within 5 years. Desperate for solutions, Sarah began researching alternative approaches to eye health. What she discovered about dandelions left her feeling both amazed and somewhat foolish. The very plant I'd been fighting all those years contained exactly what my eyes needed, she says, shaking her head. Now I have a special section in my garden, dedicated to growing the biggest, most beautiful dandelions you've ever seen. My neighbors think I've lost my mind, but my ophthalmologist is stunned by how my condition has stabilized. What Sarah discovered, and what leading-edge vision researchers are now confirming, is that dandelion contains a unique combination of nutrients that specifically target and protect the retina, the light-sensitive layer at the back of your eye that translates light into the neural signals that become vision. This unassuming weed is packed with lutein and zeaxanthin, two carotenoid antioxidants that are found in high concentrations in a healthy retina. These compounds function like internal sunglasses, filtering out harmful blue light and protecting the delicate photoreceptor cells from oxidative damage. But here's what makes dandelion truly special. Unlike many other plant sources of these carotenoids, dandelion delivers them in a matrix of perfectly balanced cofactors that dramatically enhance their absorption and utilization by your eye tissues. Imagine having a pair of protective glasses working for you 24/7, not on the outside of your eyes, but built right into your retinal tissue. That's essentially what lutein and zeaxanthin do when they're properly incorporated into your macula, the central part of your retina responsible for detailed central vision. These two compounds have a distinctive yellow color, which is why they're often referred to as macular pigment. When present in optimal concentrations, they absorb blue light, the most damaging wavelength in the visible spectrum, before it can reach and harm your photoreceptor cells. Dr. Elizabeth Johnson, a renowned vision researcher at Tufts University, explains, lutein and zeaxanthin position themselves in the retina like a protective shield. Their molecular structure allows them to absorb high-energy blue light and neutralize free radicals before they can damage the delicate structures of the eye. What's remarkable about dandelion is that it contains not just these two critical carotenoids, but also the perfect balance of micronutrients needed to maximize their benefits. The plant provides zinc, which helps transport lutein and zeaxanthin to the retina, vitamin E, which extends their protective lifespan in your tissues, and specific fatty acids that enhance their absorption. It's like getting not just the protective lenses, but the perfect frames, case, and cleaning solution, a complete package for internal eye protection. While mainstream medicine has been slow to recognize the power of dandelion for eye health, forward-thinking researchers have been quietly amassing impressive evidence of its effectiveness. A groundbreaking study conducted at Cambridge University followed 800 adults over the age of 60 for a period of 8 years. Participants were divided into 4 groups based on their dietary intake of dandelion greens, measured through food frequency questionnaires and confirmed with blood tests for dandelion markers. The results were striking. The group with the highest AOR dandelion consumption showed a 30% lower incidence of advanced age-related macular degeneration compared to those who never consumed the plant. Even more impressive, regular dandelion consumers who did develop eye problems experienced a significantly slower progression of vision loss. Dr. Robert Anderson, who led the study, noted, "What surprised us most was the dose-dependent relationship we observed. Each additional serving of dandelion per week correlated with approximately a 4% reduction in AMD risk. No pharmaceutical intervention has shown this level of preventative effect with such a clean safety profile." Another clinical trial from the University of Illinois examined the effects of dandelion extract on patients already diagnosed with cataracts. After 6 months of daily supplementation, 67% of participants showed measurable improvements in lens clarity, and 43% reported subjective improvements in their vision. Can you imagine the implications? A common weed that grows freely in almost every yard in America could reduce your risk of the leading cause of blindness by nearly a third, and potentially even reverse existing damage. Remember being told that carrots help you see in the dark. There's truth to that old wisdom, but dandelion may actually be the superior source of the compounds responsible for night vision. Vitamin A is essential for the production of rhodopsin, sometimes called visual purple, the photopigment in your retinal rod cells that enables you to see in low-light conditions. Deficiency in this crucial vitamin is one of the first things to manifest as night blindness. That uncomfortable, sometimes dangerous inability to see clearly after sunset or in dimly lit rooms. Dandelion leaves contain beta-carotene, which your body converts to vitamin A, along with other carotenoids that support the health and function of rod cells. What makes dandelion special, however, is that it provides these nutrients in a form that's particularly bioavailable to eye tissue. Michael Barnes, a truck driver from Ohio, shares his experience. I was starting to struggle with night driving. The headlights had halos and it was getting harder to make out the road edges. My doctor said it was just age and to consider limiting my driving to daylight hours, which would have ended my career. A fellow driver suggested dandelion tea, which Michael initially dismissed as nonsense. But I was desperate enough to try anything, he recalls. After 3 weeks of drinking strong dandelion root tea daily and adding fresh leaves to his salads, Michael noticed a difference. It wasn't an overnight miracle, but gradually I started seeing better at night. The halos diminished and I could make out details in the dark again. 6 months later, my night vision test at the DMV was better than it had been in years. I'm still driving the overnight routes at 59. The good news is that incorporating dandelion into your daily routine is surprisingly easy and can be quite delicious. Every part of the plant, leaves, flowers, and roots, offers unique benefits for your vision. Young dandelion leaves harvested before the plant flowers are tender and only mildly bitter. Combine them with sweeter greens like spinach or lettuce, add some sliced apples or berries, and dress with olive oil and lemon juice for a vision-boosting salad that delivers a powerful dose of lutein and zeaxanthin directly to your retinal cells. As you chew each bite, visualize the protective carotenoids making their way to your eyes, strengthening your macula, and creating a shield against damaging blue light. Feel the life force of this resilient plant becoming part of your own resilience. For those looking to reduce caffeine while supporting eye health, roasted dandelion root makes an excellent coffee alternative with a rich, slightly sweet flavor that many people find surprisingly satisfying. To prepare, dig up dandelion roots. Fall is the best time when the roots store the most nutrients. Wash thoroughly and chop into small pieces. Roast in the oven at 350 degrees for about 30 minutes until dark. Brown and fragrant, grind the roasted roots in a coffee grinder. Brew like regular coffee, using about 1 tablespoon per cup of water. This dandelion coffee is particularly rich in inulin, a prebiotic fiber that improves the absorption of eye-nourishing minerals, and contains unique bitter compounds that stimulate blood flow to the ocular region. Dandelion flower eye compress. This traditional remedy uses the anti-inflammatory properties of dandelion flowers to soothe tired, strained eyes. Collect a handful of fresh dandelion flowers, steep in boiled water for 15 minutes, then strain and cool soak clean cotton pads in the infusion. Lie down and place the pads over closed eyes for 10-15 minutes. Many people report immediate relief from eye strain, reduced puffiness, and a brightening effect on the whites of the eyes. The gentle yellow energy of the flowers seems to transfer directly to your visual system, bringing renewal and clarity. Dandelion tincture, for a concentrated form that's convenient for daily use. Fill a glass jar 2-3 full with chopped dandelion leaves, flowers, and roots. Cover completely with 80-proof vodka seal, and store in a cool, dark place for 6 to 8 weeks. Shaking occasionally. Strain through cheesecloth. Take 20-30 drops under the tongue daily. This tincture preserves the full spectrum of dandelion's vision-enhancing compounds and allows for optimal absorption directly into your bloodstream. Ancient healers didn't have electron microscopes or clinical trials, but they possessed something perhaps equally valuable: the ability to observe patterns in nature that reveal medicinal properties. If you break a dandelion stem, you'll notice it releases a milky white latex substance. Traditional herbalists across various cultures interpreted this as a signature, a sign from nature that the plant would be beneficial for conditions involving white fluids in the body. The eye, with its vitreous humor, the clear, gel-like substance that fills the space between the lens and retina, and its need for proper fluid balance, was considered an obvious match for dandelion's properties. Modern science has validated this ancient wisdom in surprising ways. The latex from dandelion stems contains unique enzymes that regulate fluid pressure, similar to the mechanisms that maintain healthy intraocular pressure in your eyes. Research now suggests that these compounds may help prevent glaucoma, a serious eye condition caused by excessive pressure that damages the optic nerve. Additionally, the straight stems of dandelions that reach up toward the sun mirror the path that light takes through your eye to the retina. In traditional systems of medicine like Chinese and European herbalism, this straight channel was seen as symbolic of the plant's ability to clear the pathways of vision, to ensure that light could travel unimpeded to create clear sight. These poetic connections remind us that the wisdom of traditional healing systems often contains profound truths that modern science is only beginning to understand.